I'm Parikshit and welcome to another very exciting session on Unacademy CAT-alyst. In today's session, we are going to talk about probability basics and I'm going to show you some shortcuts. I will never use any formulae. You should learn how to solve probability without using any formula, right? That's what we are going to learn in this brief session today. Let's get started. Okay, this is me, your educator on Unacademy with the highest live class ratings thanks to my learners. Okay, a lot of happenings on Unacademy in the next few days. The 19th of May, a weekday evening batch started. 22nd of May, we have a weekend batch and another batch on the 22nd for CAT 2022. Now, if you are a CAT 2021 aspirant or a CAT 2022 aspirant, you would need to subscribe to Unacademy Plus to get access to these batches. Also, you might wish to subscribe to Iconic CAT 2021 subscription. Remember, when you go for any subscription on Unacademy, use the code which is there on your screen, Parikshit Life. Because if you use this code, A, you will get 10% discount on the subscription fee. And B, this is the only and only code which will give you free mentorship. I repeat, free mentorship from my side. And mentorship is all about going beyond your class hours to help you with any doubts, help you prepare your strategies and a lot more. Let's get started with today's class. Okay, let's talk about probability. So let's first understand what is probability and how do you need to think about probability. Okay, let's talk about it. So we have probability. Now, what is probability? Many of you think the chapter to be very tough. Probably you found it really tough during your 11 and 12 preparation, right? Class 11 and 12. But think about it. Probability in one word, if I were to say it is chance. What is your chance, right? What is your chance? If I ask you, what is your probability of getting into IIM Ahmedabad? What is your probability of getting into IIM Ahmedabad? Think about it. Someone might say 50%, someone might say 100%, someone might say 0%. No, that's not what I'm asking. I'm basically looking at a mathematical answer. What is your probability of getting into IIM Ahmedabad? So can I say probability of getting into IIM Ahmedabad for every student as of today is equal and would be equal to number of seats in IIM Ahmedabad? Will you agree? Number of seats in IIM Ahmedabad, right? Divided by total number of seats in total number of candidates appearing for the CAT. Total candidates appearing for the CAT. This is the probability of every student appearing to get into IIM Ahmedabad. Now, this number would obviously vary depending on your preparation level and a host of other factors. But in an unbiased world, this is your probability. Number of seats in IIM Ahmedabad divided by total candidates who write the CAT exam. Correct? Now think about it. Probability is nothing but a chance. So if it is a chance, can I say probability will definitely have to lie between 0% and 100%. Will you agree on this? Probability will definitely lie between 0% and 100%. Why? Because at the end of the day, this is just a chance, right? So if you just think about it, it will always lie between 0 or 100%. Or many a times we say we don't express it in percentages. We don't express it in percentages. We would rather say probability lies between 0 to 1. 1 means 100%. 0.9, okay, decimal means 90%. So probability would vary between 0 to 1 or you can say 0 to 100%. So if you are asking me, what is probability? The next time, think about probability. So basically, you can think about probability as, what is probability? Number of favorable outcomes, favorable cases. Number of favorable cases, okay, divided by total cases. Number of favorable cases divided by total cases. That's it. You don't need to know any formula to solve questions on probability. That's it. This is enough. And I think this is by logic. What is probability? Favorable cases divided by the total cases. Now let's look at some questions to understand this. Let's look at some questions how to apply and understand. Okay, let's try out. Okay, let's look at the first question. Okay, a real number between -3 and +3 is chosen. What is the probability that r is less than r square? What is the probability that r is less than r square? Now think about it. Real number means what? It can be a fraction, it can be a decimal, it can be an integer, any number. As an example, it can be a number like 1.9999995, 2.4444449. Correct? Any number is possible because real number means decimals are also included. So I think the best way of thinking about this, you cannot take it individually. You cannot take a number 1, you cannot take a number 2, and then you can say 2.01, 2.001. So many numbers are there. So the best way of visualizing this would be probably in the form of a number line. Number line. Think about a number line which ranges from -3 to +3. -3 to +3, right? So you would have -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, and then you have a 3. And then you have a 3. Okay. What is the question asking you? The question is asking you r square should be greater than r. R square should be greater than r. That's the probability. Now think about it. Let's look at the negative part first. Let's look at the negative part first, right? Pick up any number. What is r? R is any number, okay? Let's take up any number. Let's say you pick up -2, -2. If you do a square of it, if you do a square of -2, how much will you get? 4. 4. So can I say, if you are looking at the negative side, r square will always be greater than r? Why? Why? Ask yourself, because moment you do a square, the negative number becomes a positive number, and you know what? Positive numbers are always greater than negative numbers. As an example, if you wish to take an example, you can take an example of, let's say, -2. So what is r? Let's say r is -2. So what will happen to r square? R square will be 4. So can I say, any negative number you take, r square will always be greater than r? Absolutely no problem. It satisfies. Correct? But think about the right hand side. Think about the right hand side. Look at from 1 to 3. Let's take an example. Any number you take. Let's say you take the number, let's say r is equal to 2. Any number in this range, 2. What will happen? Moment you do r square, obviously r square will be greater than r. R square will be greater than r. Absolutely no problem. But can you look between 0 and 1? Can you look in this part, 0 and 1? What happens? Take any number which lies in the range between 0 to 1. Let's take a number. R is equal to 0.5. 0.5. If you take R is equal to 0.5, how much is R square? How much is R square? R square is 0.25. Oh, can you see this? R square is less than R. R square is less than R. Question is not this. Question is R square should be greater than R. Oh, it means in the range between 0 to 1, it doesn't satisfy. It doesn't satisfy. Everywhere else, for obvious reasons, r square will be greater than r. So here it is greater, here greater, here greater, here greater, and here greater. Correct? So how many ranges are there? So we have got one range, -2 to -3 is one range, -1 to -2 another one, third one, fourth one, fifth one, sixth one. So can I say there are a total of 6 equally spaced intervals? There are a total of 6 equally spaced intervals in which in one interval it doesn't satisfy. In one, which interval? 0 to 1. If you see, I have crossed it out, it doesn't satisfy. In all the remaining intervals, it satisfies. So obviously your answer is, out of the 6, 5 intervals it satisfies. Answer is 5/6. Do you get this? Someone who is watching this video would think that, why did not I consider numbers like 0, 1, 2, 3, individual numbers? You can't consider. Why? Because the question talks about real numbers. Remember, real numbers means decimals. 0.22 to 2.99999. Even that's the number that is included. 1.6666667. Even that's the number included. So there are infinite real numbers between -3 and +3. Hence, the only way of solving this sum is through a number line. Get it? Perfect. Very wonderful sum to help you understand the concept of probability. Let's look at question number 2. Let's look. If you get the answer, you can type in the live comments. I'll help you with your answers, Anyone getting the answer? Let me know. You can type in. Number 2. Amit, Ratul and Benny celebrate their birthday in a few days. what is the probability that none of them celebrate their birthdays on a weekend? Okay. Now, can I say what is probability? Don't forget the basic definition of probability. What is probability? Probability is favorable cases divided by total cases. Will you agree? What is probability? It's a chance, and it is nothing but favorable cases divided by total cases. Think about the total cases, okay? We are asking about days. What is the probability that someone is born, okay? On some specific days. Think about it. How many days are there in a week? How many days are there in a week? All of us know. So total number of days is 7. So for the first person, it's 7. Remember, there are 3 different people. So for the second person, also the total number of days is 7. For the third person, also total number of days is 7. So each of them can be born on any of the 7 days. So total cases is 7. What is the favorable cases? Remember, they say none of them should be born on a weekend. None of them should be born on a weekend. If none of them should be born on a weekend, can I say all of them should be born on a weekday? All of them should be born on a weekday, right? So when I say weekday, what do I mean? Monday to Friday. Monday to Friday. So favorable cases is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. 5 days. So first human being, he can be born on any of the 5 days. Second human being, he can be born on any of the 5 days. Third human being, he can be born on any of the 5 days, right? One more concept in probability I should tell you. Remember, in probability, okay, there are 2 things. One is the word and one is the word or. Whenever you come across the English word and, it would always mean multiplication. Never forget this. And whenever you come across the English word or, it would mean plus. Never forget this. Okay? And means multiply. Any question. And or would mean plus. Now think about it. Here, would you put a plus sign or would you put a multiplication sign? We are talking about 3 people's birthday, right? So the first person and the second person, right? So you have a multiplication here. And the third person, you have a multiplication here. So what's your answer? 125 divided by 7 cube, 343. 125 divided by 343 is your answer. I hope you understand this. It's a pretty easy one if you are thorough with your concepts. Remember, no formula ever you would apply. Get it? Let's look at number 3. Let's look at number 3. Okay? Let's look at number 3. Okay. Question number 3. A fair die is rolled 2 times. What is the probability that sum of the outcome of the rolls is more than or equal to 5? Okay. Sum of outcomes, okay, should be what? Is more than or equal to 5. More than, so greater than equal to 5. Greater than equal to 5. So if you are able to visualize, can you figure out what are the possibilities? Greater than equal to 5. So it can be 5, it can be 6, it can be 7, some can be 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and it'll stop at 12. Why will stop at 12? Because if you are throwing 2 dice, remember the maximum number on a die is 6. Maximum number on one die is 6. So if you throw 2 dice and you get the maximum in both dice, the maximum sum can be 12. So this is what the question is asking you, right? First things first. What is probability? That's my first question. Probability is favorable cases divided by total cases. What is probability? Probability is number of favorable cases divided by total cases. Always the definition remains the same. Can you tell me what would be the total cases? Total cases. Think about it. How many would be the total number of cases? Think about it. Let's say you have 1 on the first die. If you have a 1 on the first die, you can have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Would you agree? If you have 1 on the first die, there are 6 possibilities. 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, 5, 1, 6. So with 1, there are 6 possibilities. Similarly, if you have a 2 on the first die, how many possibilities? Again, it can be 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 2, 4, 2, 5, 2, 6. Another 6. Similarly, if you have 3 on the first die, it can be 3, 1, 3, 2, 3, 3, 3, 4, 3, 5, 3, 6. Another 6. So can I say even for 4, 6 cases, even for 5, 6 cases, even for 6, 6 cases. So can I say total number of cases if you throw 2 dice is 36. Total number of cases if you throw 2 dice is 36. So I don't think you should have a problem here. Total cases is 36. Correct? Now let's look at it. Yes, I hope. Any doubt? Any doubt you have? Total cases is 36. Okay, fine. Now let's look at the favorable cases. Let's look at the favorable cases. What are the favorable cases? Favorable cases are the cases where the sum is either 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 or 12. So I would say there are too many possibilities. There are so many possibilities. 5 to 12, too many. So I would think, let's think the other way around. Negative cases, let's call it unfavorable cases. Unfavorable cases. What will be the number of unfavorable cases? Think about it. Unfavorable cases are the cases where the sum can be 1, 2, 3 or 4. Would you agree? Unfavorable cases are the cases where the sum, I'm just thinking the opposite way, so probably there are less cases in the unfavorable one. Hence I'm thinking that. So the unfavorable cases are the cases where the sum is 1, 2, 3 or 4. It cannot be 1. It cannot be 1. Why? Because if you are throwing 2 dice, the worst possibility is you get a 1 on the first die and you get a 1 on the second die. So obviously it will be 2. It will be 2. So 1 is out of the question. So let's look at it. Sum is 2. If the sum is 2, what is the possibility? The only possibility is 1 plus 1. 1 on the first die, 1 on the second die. Similarly, if you get a sum 3, what could be the possibilities? 1, 2 or 2, 1. 1 on the first die, 2 on the second die, or 2 on the first die, 1 on the second die. Next case, sum is 4. Sum is 4. What are the possibilities? You could have 1, 3, or you could have 2, 2, or you could have 3, 1. 3, 1. Would you agree on this? Someone might be thinking, you might have a doubt. Why are we counting, double counting 1, 3, 3, 1? Aren't they the same? No, they're not the same. 1, 3 indicates 1 on the first die, 3 on the second die. 3, 1 indicates 3 on the first die, 1 on the second die. So total how many cases? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So can I say total unfavorable cases is 6. Unfavorable cases is 6. Remember, what you need is favorable. What you need is favorable. So total cases was 36, out of which 6 of them are unfavorable. If 6 of them are unfavorable, how many of them are favorable? 36 minus 6. 36 minus 6. So you get 30. You get 30. So what's your answer? 5 by 6. What's your answer? 5 by 6. See, probability, people find it tough just because you don't think it, they don't think it logically. There is no formula in the chapter, unlike a geometry where you have got 50, 60, 70 theorems, lot of theorems, and you need to know them. Here there is no theorem. It's just about common sense once you see the question. Hence, the chapter, I would consider it really easy. You don't need prior knowledge. Because if I were to solve probably a geometry question, you know what? You would need prior knowledge. If I tell you Apollonius theorem, I'm going to apply, and you don't know the Apollonius theorem, you can't answer. But here, it's not about any prior knowledge. You think logically, and every question you get your answer within seconds. Question number 4, I will leave it for you at this point of time as a homework, and I'm going to discuss this tomorrow. But think about probability. I think today what I did, I gave you a start to probability. Right? Yes. Okay, and then one more thing. Remember, for complete course, A to Z, right? A to Z, every chapter, 15 hours, 20 hours per chapter, if you want to give, and that too with me, right? You got to join Unacademy Plus. Unacademy Plus is where the show happens, where the movie happens, right? That's where you're going to join. And remember, we are having a bumper offer at this point of time. What is the bumper offer? You join Unacademy for 6 months, okay? You get a 6-month subscription, and we in Unacademy are going to extend your subscription till the cap. So, but that will only happen if you join using the code which is there on your screen, Parikshit Live. If you join using the code which is there on your screen, Parikshit Live, you get 10% discount. So basically, there are three benefits if you join using the code Parikshit Live. Benefit 1, you will get a 10% discount on the total amount. Benefit 1. Benefit 2, you join today for 6 months on Unacademy Plus, and we are going to extend your subscription till the cap. That's benefit 2. Benefit 3, this is the only and only code which will give you free mentorship. I repeat, free mentorship from my side. And when I say free mentorship, is basically I'm talking about going beyond the class hours to help you at any point of time. So there are a lot of courses of mine running on Unacademy. You might join anytime, the sooner the better, and definitely use the code Parikshit Live for all the benefits. Okay, and then one small announcement. Do test yourself. Do test yourself. Find out where you stand in the competition today, right? Do enroll for India's biggest weekly scholarship test. Enroll with the code Parikshit Live. It's going to be a free test. Find out where you stand in the competition today. And anytime have a doubt, make use of the Ask Aloud feature. I think that's it for today. Hope you enjoyed the session. Hope you got to learn something about probability. And I'm going to see you in my next session. Till then, goodbye and